Hello, and welcome to the first year of WWE's ECW, the show where we take a look back at the first 52 episodes of WWE's re-envisioning of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Episode 44 kicks off with the leader of the New Breed, Elijah Burke, addressing the Milan, Italy crowd. Burke says,
"For weeks, a man has had a decision to make. A decision that would not only affect his future, but the future of ECW itself. Last week, that man made his decision, and the future looks brighter than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Breed is proud to present our newest member, CM Punk."
Straight Edge Phil then makes his way to the ring, past a gondola and a Ferrari to join his New Breed teammates in the ring. Elijah says,
"It's obvious why you chose to join the New Breed, but please, in your own words, explain to the world why you chose to come over and join the winning team."
Phil then gets on the mic and says, "At the moment, I'd prefer to keep my reasons to myself. But it's true. It's very obvious why I made the decision I made. And the only thing that matters now is that I am officially a member of the New Breed." Burt begins to start praising Punk, but is quickly cut off by everybody's favourite pothead, RVD.
"Smoke weed every day."
RVD says,
"CM Punk, last week I personally made you an offer to join the ECW Originals. You know, those guys that literally broke their backs to build ECW. Look at you. You think you're better off with the New Breed? I hope you thought this one through, because now we're going to make you live to regret it."
RVD then challenges Burke to a singles match later in the evening. Burke is hesitant to accept the challenge, so Punk grabs the microphone off him and says, "If you want to challenge a member of the New Breed, you want to challenge a leader, then challenge me." Burke quickly grabs the mic back from Punk and says,
"Whoa, I wasn't hesitating. Tonight I'm going to prove to all these people, and I'm going to prove to my New Breed what leadership is all about. I accept your challenge."
What better way to kick off the night in Milan with the full-blooded Italian Nunzio, aka Little Guido, taking on the monster of ECW, Snitzky. It appears Snitzky is done creeping on the girls in Extreme Expose this week and is fully focused on the in-ring action against Nunzio. This match goes exactly the way you'd expect it to, with Snitzky battering the crap out of poor Nunzio. The full-blooded Italian does manage to get in some offense when he hits the monster with a barrage of kicks, but this is pretty short-lived, and Snitzky finally puts the match to bed when he hits Nunzio with a big boot to get the 3 count. Backstage, Burke says to Punk,
"For the record, I need to know, do you really think I'm scared of RVD?
Punk says, "In all honesty, yeah, I do." Burke tells Punk that if he's going to be a member of the New Breed, he's going to have to fall in line. Speaking of the New Breed, members Kevin Ford and Marcus Corvon are in the ring ready to take on ECW Originals Sandman and Tommy Dreamer. This was a bog standard tag team match. Nothing to really note here, apart from the fact that last week I said the Originals versus New Breed matches had to end, as they were becoming tedious. And yet, we're still going strong with the New Breed Originals matchups here. Tommy Dreamer picks up the win for the Originals with an awful ending to this very quick 5-minute bout.
Dreamer takes him over too! Yeah, we got it!
I'm not sure why the referee hesitated and didn't count the 3, but regardless, the bell rings after and Dreamer and Sandman are announced as the winners. Backstage again, CM Punk is talking to fellow New Breed member Matt Striker and says, "Matter of fact, we don't need people to fall in line. What we need here in the New Breed is independent thinkers, people who stand for something, people with moral fibre. Think about it." Back in the ring, ECW World Champion Bobby Lashley introduces the Milan crowd to the new Intercontinental Champion Santino Marella. Last night on Monday Night Raw in Italy, Vince McMahon issued a challenge to the locker room to face Umaga. When no one accepted the challenge, Vince put the IC title on the line. Even after putting the title on the line, no one in the back was willing to take on the challenge. So Vince asked members of the audience in Italy if they wanted to face Umaga for the title. Santino Marella was then picked out of the audience and proceeded to put up a decent fight against Umaga. It looked like Santino might actually be a threat to Umaga's championship reign, so mid-match, Vince changed the stipulation to no holds barred. Just when it looked like Santino had been outnumbered and outsmarted by the boss, the ECW World Champ made his way down to the ring to assist and help Santino win the Intercontinental Championship from the Samoan Bulldozer. Santino then comes out to the ring and cuts a promo in Italian. Lashley then celebrates with Marella as they both hold their titles high for the Milan crowd. Backstage, Straight Edge Phil is consoling fellow New Breed members Kevin Thorne and Marcus Corvon after their loss tonight against Dreamer and Sandman. Punk tells them, "It's about passion, it's about desire. You don't let what just happened hold you down. You don't let a little setback hold you down. You want to be the best you can be? You get knocked down, you get right back up. Punk's speech appears to lift the morale of Thorne and Corvon. After hearing his inspiring speech, Burke says,
Listen, I don't have a problem with you being a member of the New Breed. I recruited you myself, but you've got to learn to fall in line. I don't mind you giving my New Breed some advice, but...
Before Burke can continue, Punk cuts him off and says, I know where this is going and you need to relax, because I'm not going there. About your match with Rob Van Dam tonight, I've got your back. It's main event time, folks. Everybody's favourite pothead, RVD, takes on the silver-tongued pugilist, Elijah Burke. This was a decent enough bout, but as expressed last week, more repetitive singles action with the New Breed members taking on Originals members. I'm going to give this one a pass though, as it's advancing the storyline with CM Punk. Towards the end of the match, RVD accidentally knocks out the referee in the corner. This gives Straight Edge Phil time to run down to the ring and assist Burke with a chair. Punk slides the chair with too much force and it ends up in the hands of Rob Van Dam, who then throws it in Burke's face and hits the 5-star frog splash to win the match. Punk is seen apologising to Elijah Burke in the ring before the episode ends. This was a fairly average episode of ECW, with the only real decent part of the episode being the continuation of Punk joining the New Breed storyline. Apart from that, nothing else major happened. Snitzky squashed Nunzio, and Bobby Lashley celebrated with the new IC champ Santino. One thing to note is that for the first time in what feels like a lifetime is that we didn't get an Extreme Expose dance segment. That will be upsetting to some, but a relief to others. I wonder if they'll be back again next week. I'm going to give episode 44 of ECW 2.5 out of 5 stars. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.